So you've got your agreement in principle, you've been in, you love the house, you've written an email and you've sent that offer across and it's been accepted. Then what happens? Now, this is one of the most common things that first-time buyers speak to us about is I've had an offer accepted, which is great, but what the hell happens next? So in this video, I'm going to be breaking that down for you. But before we get into it, do me a favor, like and subscribe. It helps the channel more than you know, and we can help even more homeowners across the UK understand the world of mortgages. So first things first, as you are looking for a purchase of a property, you're going to need a solicitor to act on your behalf. Now, once the offer is accepted, the estate agent is going to get very excited and send you lots of emails and say very big words and try and push you into a corner to use all sorts of services that they want you to use. But it's important that you get the right solicitor to work on your behalf. So together we'll do some research on local solicitors, price comparisons to make sure you are fully happy with who's going to be in your corner acting on your behalf. Now, once you've got that and the offer is accepted, the estate agents can issue the Memorandum of Sale. Now, this is going to confirm the buyer, the seller, the purchase price, and the solicitors on both sides. But this only happens once you've instructed that solicitor. So as I said, make sure we're one step ahead when we get there. So once we've boxed off the solicitor and we've got the Memorandum of Sale, the next thing is to sort the mortgage application. Now, this is hopefully where you would speak to somebody like me. And then we will go through another analysis of the mortgage market. So we'll then sit down and go through a full analysis of your current budgets, your expenditure. We'll recap over fixed deals, with tracker deals, 2-year deals, 5-year deals, 3-year deals, and we'll understand what this home means to you. So whether it's going to be just a stopgap to get you on the property ladder, you're going to add value and then move on again, or it's a kind of, we're going to be here for at least 5-10 years. We want that stability and we want that security. So this is, from our point of view, the most important part of the process, because also about buying the house and understanding what your mortgage payments are going to be, we're going to need to work out what your council tax might be, what your budget today is like, and what it's going to be like in the new house to make sure we can cover off all your things like your life insurance, protecting your pay packet with an income protection policy maybe, your buildings and contents insurance, if you want to take a Sky package out. Because what we don't want to do is you to buy this house, have nothing else at all, with no holidays, no quality of life. So we need to make sure you're making the right decisions with your mortgage product at that point. Once you're happy and we can recommend the lender, and we've already got an agreement in principle, but it might be updated to a new one, we can sit down, finalize the application process, get it submitted, send in your pay slips, your bank statements, or your details of your self-employed income, and we'll work our magic to get you that mortgage offer. Then we're at the stage where the draft contracts are issued. So the seller's solicitor prepares the draft contract. They're going to send it to your solicitor. A back and forward begins, and honestly, it can be painful. They'll post a document, then they'll take 2 days to read it, and then they'll post a reply, and then they'll take 2 days to read it. I say post it, sometimes it's an email, but then an email can still take 2 or 3 days. Now, it's often a period where it might be quite quiet for you. So as long as you've engaged with your solicitor and you've completed your client questionnaire, leave it to the professionals. Because we've done our research early in the process, you know they're going to handle it for you, and they've usually got portals that keep you updated anyway, but leave it to them. They'll do all the back and forth, and don't be too disalarmed if there is some quiet periods along the way. At that stage, the property searches begin, and this is where your solicitor might take a payment from you of, say, £250 to £400, or they'll say pay for your search pack, and essentially they write out to places like the local government for mine searches, chancellery searches, which means to see how close you are to a church. They'll look at the drainage and they'll look at the water, and what they'll do is they'll pull all them property searches back to you, and they will report to you on any issues or defects to potential land or property. Now, if you're happy at that stage, once you've had the report from the solicitor, that's when you need to start considering an exchange of contracts and a completion date. Now, this is where both parties are happy with the sale and the purchase. You swap the contracts, and that means it is legally binding. Now, if there's any ounce of your body that is unsure, ask the questions before you get to that stage, because if you do exchange your contracts and you want to pull out afterwards, you can potentially lose a ton of cash. It's also at the stage where the solicitor will ask you to send your deposit from your savings account or your normal bank account and send it across to them ready for completion.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm!
And then we have what we've been waiting for, the completion date. Now, on average in the UK, it can take anywhere between 12 and 16 weeks typically to get a purchase through from start to finish. Obviously, there's factors in there if you're a first-time buyer, or if you're not a first-time buyer and you're buying from a chain and there's a chain of 7, 8, 9, 10 properties, all of the exchanges and completions all have to happen either simultaneously or within an hour or two. But we've got other videos on that completion day and what happens. Now, other things to consider as well around that time, you might need a moving van and spend 250 quid, 300 quid on hiring a van for the weekend. You need to make sure we've got all the essentials sorted, so we're updating your bank accounts, any insurance details, we're letting your employer know that you've changed address, we're letting your banks know, everything in between. It can tend to be a little bit of a headache, but my recommendation here is get yourself moved in, book out 3 or 4 hours one morning, write a list of everything that needs updating, just whack through it all in a day, send the emails where you need to, and then let those companies deal with that for you. The other things you'll need to sort out on that day is things like your utility bills. Now, don't worry if you move in and you don't have a British Gas or Scottish Power letter through the post, because the previous people will let them know they've moved out, and you'll get a letter within a few days to get that sorted. And that is pretty much it from me today. Now, don't forget, we do have a first-time buyer guide. We'll leave a link in the description below so you can download that and have a little bit more of a look. And also, Emma has been fantastic and made a first-time buyer home checklist. So you can check off there all the things you need to get prepared before completion and after completion as well. And if you have any questions on this video, please drop them in the comments below. Be more than happy to reach out to you directly, or even better, if you need to ask questions direct, it's sam@ukmc.co.uk. I'll see you soon.